Welcome to another exciting moment here again. This is another live section on the channel, and of course, you still remember we are still on the SAT series, and this is the advanced math section. So, for those of you preparing for the SAT or the ACT, they are all in the same category. This video is going to do a lot good, so make sure you subscribe to this channel so that whenever we go live like this, you will be the first to be notified. And of course, you will be saving someone if you share this link to somebody who is preparing for the SAT or ACT. But precisely, this what we're going to be doing in today's class is a revision on the SAT problem. So guys, you're welcome once again. For those of you who will be joining right after the live section, you're welcome. Always feel free to put down in the comment section those areas that wasn't clear because you were not on the live stream, so possibly you don't have the chance to ask question online, so you can just put it on the comment section. Later on I'll go back to the comments and I would respond to those questions in our next live stream. So guys, once again, you're all welcome. You're welcome to this channel, and we are so happy to have you here. Now, just a quick one. In our last live stream, we stopped at example 6. Just so you know, all these questions here have been solved. This is kind of a review on these questions. They are all solved, but sometimes the student be like, I don't understand the solution. I still don't get it. So that's why we are doing this video, for a review, just for more explanation, for more clarity to these solved questions in this SAT material. So guys, that is what it is. And in our last live stream, we had a longer section, but today's will not be that long because we just have a few more questions to solve. Okay, and once we are done with those questions, we are out from this live stream. So guys, again, if you are about writing the SAT, or if you've written the SAT, please, it would be so nice if you come onto the comment section and tell us your experience so far, experience of what the question is, against the preparation, or experience of how you've been practicing against the exam. So because most times some people will be like, oh, the exam was quite easy, the test was quite easy, I never expected it to be that easy. So those are some other people's experience. And some of the experience I have with students, they'll be like, oh, the practice test was quite easy, but the real test was difficult. So you see, students have different experiences when it comes to this exam. So guys, if you've written the test before, if you've written the SAT test before, please, on the comment section, just put down in the comment section what your experience was on your test day. Or if you're about writing the test, you're still on the preparation stage, no problem. Put it on the comment section what the experience is in terms of preparing for the SAT. Does it seem easy? Are you confident enough to go for the test? Yeah, just let us know in the comment section and we'll help you out. It was not long. I just finished a live section with one of my students from the US. So I feel like, okay, with this remaining time I have today before I go to do other activity, let's just go on a live stream. So guys, you're all welcome once again to this very live stream on the SAT. And today's section will be treating the advanced math. In our last class, we stopped here at example 6. Yeah, this was where we stopped here on example 6. So if you don't mind, you can go ahead and check on the previous live stream. And yeah, that would help you walk you through from example 1 up to example 6. So right about now, we will continue from example 7. So guys, this is example 7. Like I said earlier, these questions are already solved. We're kind of doing a review. How can we solve this question a lot shorter and faster for the SAT? So I'm going to be introducing to you the Dexmos graphing calculator. So those of you who are writing the SAT, I'm very sure you are aware of the Dexmos graphing calculator because that's going to do a lot good. It's going to make your work a lot faster if you understand how to use the Dexmos calculator and if you understand how to interpret graph. So that is what we are going to be discussing in this channel. More of the questions we're going to solve today, they are all Dexmos compatible. Okay, not all the questions you need to solve with Dexmos, but most of them you can actually solve them with your Dexmos graphing calculator. So guys, looking at this question, we will start with example 7. What do you think about this question? It says, what is the sum of the solutions of that equation right there? 2x minus 1 squared is equal to x plus 2 squared. What do you think will be the solution, the sum of the solutions in this equation? What do you think? Is this something you can easily walk through? Is this something challenging? What will be your thought process in solving this question here, example 7? Please, can you share your thought process on the chat comment? What would be the first thing you want to do if you're given such a question to solve? I mean, we are actually at example 7. For those of us joining right now, so we are actually on example 7. So please share on the comment section, what will be your thought process if you are to solve this question here in example 7? Would you want to expand the bracket, or would you want to put it up into the Dexmos? What are those things you would want to do if you're to solve example 7? So guys, you can put your answers, your responses on the comment section. That would be very helpful for those of us who are still on the live stream. That would be very helpful. So let's just go about it, and let's see what we can do. But first of all, I would like to tell you this question right here is Dexmos compatible. Is Dexmos compatible? So for those of us who are not aware about the Dexmos, you're going to see how to use Dexmos in this class. So, but before we even start solving with Dexmos, is there any other way we can solve this problem? Is there any other possible way we can solve this problem without the Dexmos? If you have a different way of solving this problem without the Dexmos, you can put it in the comment section, and let's see what your thought is for this particular question or example 7. All right, guys, I think we're not getting any comments from those of us on the live stream, so I feel I should just go ahead and start solving this question myself. So, but guys, if you're just joining the live stream, kindly put down the location you're joining us from. We'd like to know. In the last live stream, I have 2 students that were almost consistent with me from the very beginning to the end. I remember Lily from Ethiopia, and also I remember Knowledge Man from Algebra. So they are kind of my students right now on the live stream. So if you're just joining and you want me to know you, kindly put your the location you're joining us from, so I'll always have contact with you. So guys, let's get started with question 7. Like I said earlier, this question is Dexmos compatible, right? But let us see how we could have solved this problem manually. I don't expect you to solve this problem manually, but I just want to show you how to do it manually, okay? But before we get started, there's something you should know about quadratic equation. This is generally how we write quadratic equation, right? Ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is basically how we write quadratic equation. The a, b, c are just constant, right? They are just constant. Also, you can also write this quadratic equation in this way. You can have it as x squared, if the unknown is the x, if the unknown variable is on x, you can have it like this: x squared minus sum of roots, then x plus product of roots equal to 0. So this is another way you can express a quadratic equation. Or however, if a quadratic equation is expressed in this way, you can easily just tell what the sum of root is and what the product of root is without even doing any calculation. For example, if I have x squared minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So I already know what the sum of root is going to be for this quadratic equation, and I already know what the product of root is going to be for this quadratic equation. The sum of root is going to be 5, and the product of root is going to be 6. I mean, when you solve a quadratic equation, you get two roots, right? So when you sum those two roots, you're going to get 5. And when you multiply those two roots, you're going to get 6. That's the idea of how you can utilize this expression of a quadratic equation. Okay, so I'm sure that is clear. You pretty know how to now express, how to now interpret a quadratic equation that is expressed in this form from this standard. The sum of roots and the product of roots. Take note of the sign. It is minus sum of the roots plus the product of the roots. So guys, in this question, we are asked to find the sum of the roots. So that means if we can go ahead and simplify these equations such that it looks like this one, we can just easily pick up the sum of the roots, and at the same time we can pick up the product of the roots. Okay, so let us go ahead and expand this stuff. But once we are done expanding this stuff, of course we are going to now see how to solve this question with Dexmos, and then you're going to compare if the Dexmos is much faster or if solving it manually is much faster. You're going to tell me in the comment section. So guys, let's go ahead and expand this stuff, make it look like this, and then we get the sum of the roots. That's all. So we have 2x minus 1 all squared is equal to x plus 2 all squared. Of course, you should know how to expand this, guys. Expanding this guy, you can just FOIL it up. That is 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. That's how to expand, okay? So 2x times 2x, that will give us 4x squared. 2x times negative 1, that will give us negative 2x. Okay, then negative 1 times 2x, that will still give us negative 2x. And negative 1 times negative 1, of course, that is positive 1. And finally, this can also be written as 4x squared minus 4x plus 1, because negative 2x is the same as negative 4x. So that is how to expand. Okay, so if you expand this stuff, you're going to end up with this expression, 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Okay, so that same way you can go ahead and expand x plus 2 all squared. X plus 2 all squared will give us x squared plus 4x plus 4. So that is how to just go about expanding. I hope this is clear to this very point. I hope it's clear. Do you have any doubts? Do you have questions? Do you have any challenge whatsoever? Just put it down in the comment section. Of course, I'll be right there to respond to all your questions and all the doubts you have for this particular problem. So if there's no question, I think it's good we can move on, right? Okay, let's move on from here. So right about this point, what do you think we are going to do from this point? Remember, the idea is just to express all of this stuff in this form so that we can just pick up what the sum of roots is, and boom, we are good. So we are just trying to simplify this guy so it look like this standard form of a quadratic equation, and thereafter we can just easily pick up the sum of the root and the product of the root. But in this question, we are asked to find the sum of the root. Sorry about that. So now let's keep solving. So here I would like to call it like term. So I have 4x squared. This is another x squared. So when it comes over, it becomes negative x squared. And I have minus 4x. This is another x value. When it comes over, it becomes minus 4x. And I have plus 1 in the left hand side. When this other one comes over, it becomes negative 4 equal to 0. So guys, that is what we have so far. So 4x squared minus x squared, that is the same as 3x squared, right? 3x squared. And minus 4x minus 4, that's the same as minus 8x, right? And of course, 1 minus 4 is the same as minus 3, all equal to 0. So from this very point, we are almost at this point where we need to express this equation to. So I can just go ahead and divide everybody by 3. I can just go ahead and divide everybody by 3. Hope it makes sense. So doing that, let's see what the outcome would be. So divide everybody by 3. I'll have x squared here I'll have 8 over 3 here, and I have minus 1 here, and I have 0 here. So perfect. This is exactly where we want to be. This is exactly where we want to be. And now if you compare this equation right here and this equation right here, what do you think would be the sum of the solution, or what do you think will be the sum of the root? I want you all to compare these two equations. This is the equation I showed you earlier, and this is what we have right now when it comes to simplifying this stuff. So what do you think will be the sum of the solution or the sum of the root? Please put it down in the comment section. What do you think will be the sum of the root when you compare these guys and these guys? What do you think will be the sum of the root or sum of the solution? Just go ahead and put it down in the comment section. Feel free to put it down in the comment section what you think the sum of the root will be and the product of the root would be. You just straight up just compare these two guys and tell me in the comment section what you feel these two this sum of the root or sum of the solution would be. Okay, I think I'm not getting any response even at this very time, and I have some people on the live stream. Please feel free to respond. Okay, feel free to respond. Okay, and if you're just joining and you're finding this class interesting, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you drop a comment where you're joining us from. That would help us a lot, and that would really help other people to find this video also. So guys, if I decide to compare this equation and this very equation, you can see this guy right here will be the sum of the solution, and this guy right here will be the product of the solution. So the sum of the solution is going to be 8 over 3, right? Of course, it's going to be 8 over 3. While the product of the solution is going to be minus 1. But for this particular question, our answer will be 8 over 3. That is the sum of the solution or the sum of the root. You see how easy it is, right? You see, very easy. So once you understand how to express quadratic equation in this very form, then I think it will be easy to get the sum of the root or the product of the root. So guys, that's how to solve this problem manually. Now, right about now, if you have no question, I'm going to show you how to do this same problem with the Dexmos calculator. So if you don't mind, let us now dive into the Dexmos graphing calculator. So let's go right now. So we have the Dexmos graphic calculator. I'm sure you all know how to go about the whole stuff. So you can just go ahead and start typing. We have 2x minus 1. You can just go ahead and start typing. It's quite user friendly. Then you have the all squared. Everything here can be much easier if you pretty much practice with it. And let me see what the other equation is. 2x minus 1 all squared is equal to x plus 2. Okay, so we have x plus 2 all squared. So right here we have x plus 2 all squared. All right. Yeah, so we have to now put in the power and like that. So this is all we've got. Yeah, this is all we've got. Yeah, so this is what we've got. I don't like this color. It's kind of black, but I hope you can see it. Yeah, so at this very point, this is the x value. At this very point, this is the x value. So guys, remember we want to get the sum of the solution, and our interest is the point where this line cuts the x-axis. So at this point, what we have is minus 0.333, and at this point what we have is 3. So when you add 3 to minus 0.333, that's going to give you 2.66667, right? That's going to give you 2.667. So that's it, right? So that is the same as what we have earlier. If you convert 8 over 3, that's going to give you 2.666667 approximately. So you see, the decimal calculator is quite faster. So when you're in the SAT test all, if you know how to make use of the decimal calculator, I feel you're going to solve a lot of questions within a short period of time, because decimals is like a cheat code. I don't know what you think, guys. What do you think about the decimals? So for me, the decimals is more like a cheat code. For me, the decimal is more like a cheat code. And of course, remember, you have your scientific calculator you're going for the test with, so it's a lot going to be easier. So if you're preparing for college, This classes is going to help you out, guys. It's going to help you out. So I think right about now we are done with example 7. Do you have any question? Is it clear? So if it's clear, please let me know in the comment section, guys. Just go to the comment section and tell me how clear this solution is. That so nice. That would give me more motivation to continue. So just go on the comment section and tell me how much the solution is to you, like how easy, how clear it is. Or if you have question, put it down in the comment section. And if you're still watching this video, kindly drop a like. Just hit the like button. That would help other people who are still interested in the SAT to find this live stream as it is right about now. So please just go ahead and hit the like button, drop a comment, and tell me how much this solution is, how easy it is, or how clear it is. All right, guys. So thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comment. Thank you, guys, for the like. Thank you for the comment. Really appreciate that a lot. Really appreciate that a lot. So we are right now. We are done with example 7. I think I've showed you guys how to solve this problem manually, and at the same time, I've showed you how to solve it using the Dexmos calculator. I feel that is quite easy, right? And for me, I'll prefer the Dexmos calculator because that way it's quite easier to solve. So yeah, we have another question here. For those of us joining in, this is the advanced math section in the SAT material. If you're preparing for the SAT, of course, you have to stick to this video because we're going to be discussing the most important things you need to know before your test day. So guys, we have another question to solve. This is example 8. What do you think about this question? These are one of the questions I don't even need to solve. I'll just tell you the answer straight up because I already trained my students how to answer questions on the SAT real quick without spending so much time. And that's what we are here to do. We're here to expose you to the tricks behind answering questions on the SAT material. So what do you think about this particular question? Question 8. Example 8. What do you think? Do you have your answer? Kindly put your answer on the comment section. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Or is it D? Which of them is the correct answer? Which of them is the correct answer in this particular task? So put down your answer in the comment section, guys. Put your answer in the comment section. Put your answer in the comment section, guys. So guys, put your answer in the comment section. It shouldn't take you, at most, this question shouldn't take you about 30 seconds. At most, 30 seconds is fine. Solving this problem at most is 30 seconds. And if you can solve it in 30 seconds, don't worry. Right after your answers have been dropped on the comment section, I'll show you how to do it real quick. So guys, just go ahead and put your answer on the comment section. And if you're still here to this very time and you're finding value from this video, of course, you know what to do, guys. Just hit the hit the like button. And possibly if you're interested in math, if you're only interested in math, you can go ahead and subscribe. But if you're not interested in math, please don't subscribe, please. Don't subscribe if you're not interested in math. All right, guys. I'm expecting to see your answers rolling up on the comment section, guys. Go ahead and put it on the comment section. Yeah, go ahead and put it on the comment section, guys. Is it A? Is your answer B? Is your answer C? Is your answer D? Just drop it on the comment section so that we can move on. Okay, Femi Tony, your answer is C. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much, Femi Tony. What do you prefer me call you? Should I call you Tony or Femi? Which of them do you want me to call you? You're the first person on this live stream that is commenting, so I appreciate you a lot, Tony. I really appreciate your comment a lot. They are kind of a motivation for me, and I appreciate that a lot. Thank you so much for commenting. I'll call you Tony. I will always call you Tony. So Tony, you're welcome to this live stream. So Tony already told me your answer or his answer. Okay, Femi. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. I'll call you Femi. That's good. So Femi already told me Um, how do I address you? Male or female? Okay. Okay, okay, it's all fine. So you have your answer, Femi. Your answer is option C. All right, that is interesting. So we're going to see in a moment what the answer to this problem is. But those of us joining right now, what do you think is your answer to example 8? What do you think is the answer to example 8? Okay, okay, Femi, you're female. Okay, Femi have an answer. Her answer is C. So if you feel you have a different answer from Femi, kindly drop it down on the comment section. Is it A? Is your answer B? Or are you staying with Femi on C? Or you have a different answer D? So what do you think, guys? What do you think? This question is quite easy. This question is quite easy. It's just a step or two and you have your answer. You don't have to use Dexmos for this particular problem. It's not Dexmos compatible. Oh, okay, interesting, interesting, interesting. Is she preparing for the SAT? If she's preparing for the SAT, that was fine. I just finished a live section with one of my students, one of my private students. So I feel like I should just go live here on YouTube and just use my time. I don't want to go back to the bed, so I feel like let me just come live here and let's just do some SAT work. Yeah. And maybe subsequently, I'll be doing classes on IGCSE, the A level, IGCSE math. I have a lot of students who are so much interested in the IGCSE and all the GCSE exams and the rest of them. I'm just trying to get their materials. I'll be going live too on those exams. In fact, any kind of math exams. Yeah, this period I'm super free, so I'll be going live a lot of times. So okay, okay, okay. So what grade is she? So that I'll know what kind of area of math she would need the most. What grade is she? This is SAT, and this exam is for those who are preparing for a higher institution, or those who are going for their college. Basically, in America, Canada, most countries accept SAT at this very point. It's just like the entrance examination that would qualify you for any college. So what grade is she? Is she is in what grade is she? So we know what kind of math that would be helpful for her. Okay, okay. Why the answers? Why your comment is still coming? Is still up? Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. So she really needs this kind of math. She really needs kind of math. If she's preparing for university, she needs this kind of math. Yeah, she needs it. She can always join us on the internet on YouTube here for live section. She can always do that. And it also depends what course is she applying. If she's going for a physical if her courses is on the physical sciences, that means she's going to do a lot of math. I hope she's ready for that. Yeah, so if she's going for engineering or statistics maths, any physical science courses. Okay, nursing is good. She will do a lot of maths that will be encoded in physics. They will not say it is maths, but they will tell you it's physics. I remember when I was in higher institution, when I was in college, some students from nursing department will come with their math question. It's not math. They will not tag it as math. They will say it's one nursing course, but it's everything about it is just math. It's just calculation. So if she's good with math, then she's going to be successful because she's going to do a lot of calculations, a lot of biology, a lot of sciences like physics, chemistry, and she's going to do a lot of math too. Just a few of them, just a few calculations she will do in math. At the very beginning, she will do some little calculation, but then physics and chemistry and biology will be what she will do the most in that department. Wish her all the best. I wish her all the best. I wish her all the best in the department. Yeah. I hope she have a target. You should also tell her what target, what is she expecting Then go to university without any goal. So she start putting down her goals. That will give her a lot of that will guide her through the whole course of the program. All right, so I think I've spoken so much about that. Let's just go right into this problem and see what the answer would be for example 8. So you're welcome. You're welcome, Ma. You're welcome. So this question, I'll read through the question and then thereafter we'll now see what the answer is. It says a researcher estimates that the population of a city is increasing at an annual rate of 0.6%. You know what it means? Every year, the population is increasing by 0.6%. Every single year. Yeah, you're welcome, Ma. You're welcome. Thanks for joining the live stream. That's so great to have you here. It's so great to have you here, Madam Femi. That's so great to have you here. Yeah. So, Madam Femi is one of our parents joining us here on this live stream. So I have to give her a shout out. A shout out to you, Madam Femi, for joining and on behalf of your daughter. So we cannot wait to have your daughter join us as soon as possible. So now let's go right into this. It says a researcher estimates that the population of a city is increasing at an annual rate of 0.6%. Let's take a break for a moment and understand what that means. It means that every year the population is increasing by 0.6%. 0.6% every single year. So that means it's going to be growing exponentially. The increase is an exponential increase. So every single year we're having 0.6% added to the population of the people. So it's going to be an exponential growth. That is what it is. So let me quickly give you an insight what this stuff is all about. Let's imagine that the population of a certain country, let's say Nigeria is my country, population is 200 million. Or let's just don't use too much big numbers. Let's just say the population of a country is 1,000. I don't know any country that has a population of 1,000. Do you have any country, or do you know any country that its population is 1,000? I don't think there's any country that its population is 1,000, but let's just work with this number. Then they said that every year this population is increasing by 10%. So take note, every year the population is increasing by 10%. So the next year, is 1,000. So the next year, how many people are we going to have? What will be the population of the country in the next year? What is 10% of 1,000? That is 100. So the next year is going to be 1,100. You see it now? Are you getting this stuff? So the following year, another 10% again will be added to it. It's going to be, what is 10% of 1,100? That is 110, right? This one, it was 100. Here is 110. The following year to be 110. So 110 added to this guy, that will be 110, right? Sorry, 1210. So that is how it's going to be increasing. It's going to be increasing exponential. That's what I'm trying to draw out for you. It's going to be increasing exponentially. So this is an exponential model. Okay, so that is what you have to have in mind, exponential model. So how do we now solve it when it's an exponential model? So if the country or if the population is increasing exponentially, this is all you need to know. It's going to be expressed as A into 1 plus R to the power T. Okay, but if it is decreasing exponentially, let's imagine that every single year the population is reducing by 0.6. So that's a decrease. If it's decreasing, then we're going to have it as A into 1 minus R to the T. I will explain all this variable. I will explain what they mean so you understand it. So, but then what does this A signify? A signify the initial population or the current population. While R signify the rate at which it is increasing or decreasing. In this case, the rate is what? 0.6%. And T represent the time in years. So now we know that this population is increasing exponentially. We will make use of this formula. The formula is what? P is equal to A into 1 plus R to the power T. That's the formula, right? So what is the initial population? The initial population is 80,000. You can see the current population is 80,000. So we have here to be written 80,000 in bracket. And of course, we have 1 right here. What is the rate at which it is increasing? 0.6%. 0.6% is simply 0.6 over 100. Anything percent, x% is x over 100, 2% is 2 over 100. You get it? So 0.6% is 0.6 over 100. And that will give us what? 0.006. You can do this with your calculator if you don't understand how to do this stuff. So here is going to be 0.06. Okay? 0.006 bar. So this is what we have. Then to the power t. Now, you can still go ahead and simplify this stuff if you don't mind. This could be 80,000. 1 plus 0.006, that will give us 1.006 all to the power t. So this is how much or how far we can go when it comes to solving this problem. But then look at the option. Which of them is in line with the solution we have? Of course, it's not this one, it's not this one, and it's not C. It's not C. C was very close to this one, but this plus here makes it wrong. It's not C. The plus here disqualifies it. Then it's not going to be B because we don't have the T right inside it. The T should be outside the bracket. The T should be outside the bracket. So that makes option A the most correct answer, which is the first one we got. I just went forward to further to simplify it because you can also see the answer in this other form. So any of this way you see the answer, you know which one is right. So guys, I hope you're getting this stuff correctly. I hope you're all getting this stuff. I hope you're all getting this stuff clearly. Do you have questions? Do you have doubts? Just kindly, if you still have questions, just kindly put it down on the comment section. So Madam Femi, how far? Is it really clear now? Is it clear? Do you still need more explanation? If you still need more explanation, you can just let me know in the comment section. If you need more explanation, you can let me know in the comment section. But if it's clear, just tell me it's clear and we move on from here. So the correct answer to this problem is option A. So this one, you don't have to use the Dexmos. You just go ahead and start solving straight up and boom, you have your answer within 30 seconds. Why it's quite longer? Because I was taking my time to do the explanation. That's why it was quite longer. So guys, I think it's time we need to move on to the next question. Let me see what the time is. Okay, I think we just have maybe 10 minutes or more, and then we end the live section. 10 minutes or more, we end the live section. So if you're just joining us, make sure you like this video. Make sure you thumbs up, give it a drop a good comment. If you're finding value from this video, drop a good comment. We might go live again in the next 12 hours, in the next 11 hours from now, God willing, 11 hours from now, God willing, we'll be going live again on this very channel. So if you don't want to miss our live section, of course, you know what you have to do. You just have to subscribe to this channel so that you'll be notified whenever we go live again on this channel. So guys, we are moving on to the next question, and we are done with example 8. So let's see what example 9 is. So here we have another question to solve, and this one is example 9. So we have another exciting question here to solve. What do you think will be the answer to this very question? What do you think will be the answer to this question? So drop your answer in the comment section. So guys, you can just go ahead and drop your answer in the comment section. Tell me what your answer is for example 9. This one is quite easy. This is just an exponential problem, and it's quite easy. So go ahead and drop your answer in the comment section. All right, guys. So, what do you think? What is your answer to this very question? I'm still on the comment section and I'm expecting to start see your answers rolling up on the comment section. What do you think? What do you think? Example 9. Kindly drop your answer in the comment section. What you think the answer is to this very problem. All right. So now let's do this problem together. Let us do this problem together. So it says, which of the following is equivalent to 1 upon root x all to the power n? So which of the following here in these options here, which of the following here in the option here is equivalent to this very expression here? So you're going to find out in a moment what this expression is equivalent to in the following options. So we have 1 upon root x all to the n, all to the n. Sorry, I think that's an error. So we have 1 upon root x all to the power n. So we want to simplify these guys to find out which of them here is equivalent to it. So of course, root x is the same. You can express this sonic expression in an index form as x to the power 1 over 2. Okay, b. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Zane. You're welcome. Let's see if B is the correct answer, but B is actually the correct answer. That's very correct. That's very correct. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us here on this live stream. So let's see how we can get the answer B. So we have root x is equal, root x can also be expressed as x to the power 1 over 2 in index form, right? So that becomes 1 upon x to the 1 over 2, then all to the power n. Perfect. Perfect. So from this very point, you should also remember if we have 1 over x, it can also be expressed in index form as x to the negative 1. If we have 1 over x squared, it can also be expressed as x to the negative 2. If we have 1 over x cubed, it can also be expressed as x to the negative 3. I believe you already know what is happening. So if we have 1 over x to the 1 over 2, it can also be expressed as x to the negative 1 over 2. So from this very point, this guy can also be expressed as x to the negative 1 over 2, then all to the power n. So of course, we just go ahead and distribute this exponent. We just go ahead and distribute it. So minus 1 over 2 times n, that would give us x to the negative n over 2. So guys, B is the correct answer. B is the correct answer. And Muhammad, you got it correctly. You got that one correctly. So you're welcome, Muhammad. Thank you for joining the live stream, and thank you for dropping your view on the comment section. That's quite great. So if you're just joining us on this live stream and you're finding value from this very live stream, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share this video to those students who are preparing for exams like this. Okay, this is the SAT or the ACT exam. So the standard. So thank you very much for the like. Thank you very much for the like. We really appreciate that. We appreciate that a lot. So right about now, if we don't have any question, if we don't have any doubt, we can just move on to the next question. And in a minute, I think 5 minutes from now, we are going to be closing up this live stream. And God willing, we will commence another one 11 hours from now by God's grace. So let's just keep moving on. So 11 hours from now, if you're interested in joining the class, just keep your alarm open. 11 hours from now, we'll go for another live stream again. All right, guys. So let us see how we can solve example 10. What do you think? This question is a little bit tricky. if you don't know how to go about it. I mean, it is tricky. So what do you think your answer would be for this particular question? Kindly drop your answer in the comment section. Kindly drop your answer in the comment section. What do you think your answer would be for this particular question? Okay, 20. Okay, we are going to find out um, if it's 20. But can you tell us the thought process? What were the steps you took? Did you use the Dexmos calculator to solve this problem, or you solved it manually? Did you use the Dexmos? You use the Dexmos graphic calculator, or you solved it manually? Okay. Square both sides and then do the simplification, and thereafter you have your answers. But when you square both sides, it's going to become quadratic, and you have two solutions. I think you're going to get two solutions. So how did you now conclude that it's going to be 20? Because when you square both sides, the equation becomes quadratic. So when it's quadratic, we are expecting to get two solutions, right? So what did you do with the other solution? What was the other solution? And why did you neglect it? Yeah, for those of us who are joining right after the live stream, I have Mohammed on the call, and he is dropping a comment here that his answer is 20, which is very correct. So I asked him for the thought process. He said he squared both sides, and then, okay, then I plugged it into the decimals. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're going to do it together, but you're very correct, Mohammed. You're very correct with your answer. And we're going to do it together. This question is Dexmos compatible. I mean, you can solve this problem with Dexmos. You just have to put in the equation on Dexmos, and you look for the point where the curve will intersect with the x-axis, and that will be your answer. That will be your possible answer. The point where it intersects with the x-axis will be your possible answer. And then again, we are going to solve it manually, so that you kind of see how these things are done manually. Dexmos will make you lazy. That's one thing about the Dexmos. It will make you lazy. It might not teach you the maths you need to know. It's just a cheat code for the exam. It's just a cheat code. So we're going to solve it manually. And once we're done solving this guy manually, we will go ahead and now solve it with the Dexmos graphing calculator. So let's start with the manual step. Okay, so let's start with the manual. So just like Muhammad said he squared both sides. So we're going to square both sides here. So we have x minus 12 equal to the square root of x plus 44. Now, why are we squaring both sides? Just to get rid of this square root. We want to get rid of this square root, so we have to square both sides. So if I square here, I also square this side, right? Perfect. So if you expand this expression, foiling it, or however you know how to expand, you're going to get x squared minus 24x plus 144. So of course, let me just show you what I did here, expanding x minus 12, because in this lesson, we'll try as much as we can to make everything as simplified as possible. Even if you're not a math professional, you can always learn with us. So to expand this stuff, x minus 12 all squared is the same as x minus 12 times x minus 12. So you go ahead and distribute x times x and x times this guy. X times x is x squared. X times minus 12 is minus 12x. Then we go ahead and distribute with this guy like this. So minus 12 times x is minus 12x. And minus 12 times minus 12 is positive 144. So from this very point, you clean up the equation, clean it up. So we have x squared minus 12x minus 12s is minus 24x and plus 144. So that's how I got it when I expand it. So when you do a lot of math work, you might not need to do all of these processes again. By then, you already know what to do when it comes to expanding. So that's how this guy. I hope it's clear. Perfect. So from here, it's just very clear, easy that this square will take off this root. So we have x plus 44. So from this very point, we still go ahead and do some cleaning up here. We still go ahead and do some cleanup. So we have x squared minus 24x. When this x come over, it becomes minus x plus 144 and minus 44 equal to 0. Oh, okay, perfect, perfect. That's good. That's so much of confidence from you, Muhammad. You are expecting to get 750. Yeah, the result will be out, I think, in a week time, right? Um, okay, you took the test yesterday. Yesterday was the test. Saturday was the test. So the result will be out in a week time or 2 weeks time from now. And I wish you all the best, Muhammad. I wish you all the best. God help you. I wish you all the best. And of course, you need to brush up your English. It's very important you brush up your English. Every college you are applying would want you to be very effective or to be much better in both the math and the English. So they judge you from the two areas. And also, it depends on the course you are applying. Yeah. So, guys, Muhammad, make sure you brush up your English as much as you can before admission starts setting in. Wish you all the best. Wish you all the best. God help you. So we have x squared here. Minus 24x minus x, that will give us minus 25x. And 144 minus 44, that's of course, that is just 100 equal to 0, right? So now you see when you square both sides, you end up having a quadratic equation. If you don't mind, you can go ahead and plug this stuff in your Dexmos graphic calculator and get the solution of this quadratic equation. But because I told you already that this whole equation can be solved with Dexmos, so I'm just trying to show you how to do this manually so that you don't just get lazy with Dexmos. So once I'm done solving with this guy, when solving manually, then I'll go ahead and show you how to solve it with Dexmos calculator. But of course, if you're just joining us here on the live stream, make sure you give us a thumbs up if you're finding value from this video. So now let's keep on moving. So from here, I'm going to factor out this quadratic equation. Okay, so I'm going to factor out this quadratic equation and let's see what that would be. So what do you think? What would you multiply that would give you 100? When you add them up, you get minus 25. What is that value when you multiply it? What is that value when you multiply it? You get 100, and when you add the same values, you get negative 25. What do you think the value is? The value, okay, the second root is imaginary. No, the second root is not imaginary. Yeah, Muhammad, the second root is not imaginary. They are all real roots. The two roots are real. They're not imaginary. Yeah, you're correct, Muhammad. But a little bit adjustment is not just 5 and 20. It is minus 5 and minus 20. So the two numbers are minus 5 and minus 20. So minus 5 times minus 20 will give us positive 100. And minus 5 plus minus 20 will give us minus 25. So the two numbers are minus 5 and minus 20. Hope you got that, Muhammad. Did you get that? You're one of my students now in this class, and I'm happy to have you. So it's minus 5 minus 20. Is it clear, Muhammad? Is it clear? Okay, so from this very point, we can now, of course, when you have two products multiplying, yeah, perfect. So when you have two products multiplying and the result is 0, you don't know which of them is, one of them has to be 0. When you multiply two things and they all result to 0. So that means one of them has to be 0. So it's either x minus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 20 is equal to 0. So from here, x is equal to 5, and from here, x is equal to 20. Now, most people will want to pick D to be the answer, but D is wrong. Most students will choose D to be the answer because they got 5 and 20, and D is a wrong answer. Now, why is D wrong? Whenever you want to solve a math problem and you have to square both sides, that's the first thing you want to do. You square both sides. Then make sure you always test for your answer. Once you get your answer, always test for your answer, because squaring both sides is not reversible. You cannot back solve it. So whenever you square both sides, if it's the first thing you want to do in solving an equation, make sure you always do a check. And when you do a check, you'll find out that 5 is not correct and 20 is the correct answer. So the answer is going to be option B. So doing the check, I mean plug in 5 into this equation and see if it will give you what you have in the right hand side, in the left hand side, if they are going to be equal. Then plug in 20 for the value of s in this equation and see if the two sides are going to be equal. So 20 will be the correct answer and 5 will be very wrong. So guys, that's how to solve this problem manually. Now let us see how we can solve this problem using the Dexmos graphing calculator. The Dexmos graphic calculator will make it a lot easier for us. So let us go over to the Dexmos graphic calculator. So what do we have? We have x minus 12, x plus 44. So we have x minus 12 equal to the square root. So of course, I know you should know how to make use of the Dexmos calculator. So you can just go ahead and practice it, and that's just what it is. So we have x plus 44 in the root. So we have x plus 44. Boom. This is all we've got. So I'll take down this keyboard so I have a lot view, and I would like to zoom out. Okay, yeah, you can see the line. This line is our point of interest. The line where the point where it's called the x-axis is our point of interest. You can see it is actually cutting the x-axis at 20 exactly. So that's why the solution to this problem is 20. You can see with Dexmos, you solve this problem a lot faster with Dexmos. You solve this problem a lot faster. Solving it manually will take you a lot of time, and Dexmos will just take you in seconds. You have your answer. That's the reason why I like using the Dexmos. But then why do I have to show you manually? I want you to know how to do it manually. That's why I'm showing you also how to do it manually. So guys, I think we are going to stop here in this live stream. Mohammed, where are you joining us from? I would like to know where you're joining us from, Mohammed. Can you put it down in the comment section where you're joining us from? Yeah, I would like to know where you're joining us from, what your country is. The live stream I had earlier, I had two students that were consistent with me to the end of the live stream. One of them is from Ethiopia, and the other one is from Algebra, something like that. Okay, sure. You're welcome. You're welcome. I have Muhammad from India, together with Lily from Ethiopia, and also Knowledge Man from Algebra. Okay, please go ahead. Go ahead with your question. We are done for today's live stream, and we'll continue in the next 11 hours from now. So I'm listening. Go ahead, Mohammed. What your question is? Okay, what area do you want my advice on, Mohammed? What, or in terms of the SAT, what area do you want my advice on? Okay. Um, it's all good. It's all good. Now you're writing the SAT. If you have a good score in the SAT, that would suffice. Yeah, having a good score in the SAT will suffice applying for college or university. Wow, that's a good review. That's a good one. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. You're already handy with a good skill, with a good tech skill. So I think most schools, when they go through your credentials, when they go through your resume, they'll want to admit you into their institution. You already have a good skill, so you'll be very helpful. One thing about admission is if you have a very good score and you have a good skill, especially coding. We're in the era of AI. So if you're very good with AI, you're good with coding, you're good with designing applications and the rest of them, I think the school will want to give you admission because you're going to be useful for them. So you're just good to go, Muhammad. You're just good to go. I don't think you have any problem. I don't think you have any problem. You're already good to go. You're already good to go. So I just wish you all the best in if your score is out, you start applying to schools. Of course, they will ask you for a resume. And if you send a resume, including all these things you've done, um, doing AI research and the rest of them, I think that's a good one. You can also include it in your essay. So when you write your essays, also include it in your essay. Yeah, yeah, sure. You can get schools. You can get into good schools. I mean, you can get into good schools. Just go ahead with your application. And whenever you're putting your essay, make sure you include all of these things you're doing and the ones you've done. Put it down in your essay. Make sure your essay is very smooth. Put all this stuff you're doing and the ones you've done and the ones you plan to do. Make sure you compile them in your essay because that is going to be the winning part of your admission. So every school wants to admit somebody that will be useful to them. So I think you're going to be useful to any school you find yourself, Muhammad. You're going to be useful to any school you find yourself. Yeah, you're going to be useful because you've got a trending skill. I'll also advise you with these skills. I'll advise you to possibly what area of interest do you have? I mean, where do you want to study? What course do you want to study? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you very much. I'm so happy to have you here as well. So happy to have you here as well. Yeah, thank you for the comments. Thank you for the comments. Yeah, thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for sharing the links to other people. Okay, perfect. Okay, you want to go for computer science with AI and machine learning. That's a very good course and you can do it with the skills you have, with the skill set you have. You can go for computer science plus AI and machine learning. You can go for it. You have the good skill and that is what it demands. AI and machine learning is all about maths and coding. Yeah, so if you're good with math, you can always do any of these machine learning courses. Because in machine learning, you will see linear algebra, you see abstract algebra, you see regression analysis, you see most of these statistics. And if you're good with math, I think you can scale through. Yeah, you can scale through. So you've got all you want. Okay, it depends. Which country are you applying? Is it US? Is it UK? Which school are you applying? Which country are you applying? In fact, even at that, I think most okay, US is fine. US will accept you, Muhammad. US is going to accept you. They're going to welcome you to their system because you have a great skill. You have a great skill. They're going to welcome you. They're going to welcome you to their system, to their schools. You have a great skill. Yeah. Just make sure when you're writing your essay, make sure you put down these skills you've got. Put it down in the essay when you're applying. Put it down in your essay. It's going to be a winning chance for you. You've got all it takes uh, to get admissions into schools. And also make sure you're sharing, applying to different schools. Apply to different schools. Apply to as many schools as possible. Most schools in the US, they are they are already going towards, I mean, they are gearing up towards tech. In fact, most of the schools nowadays, they are getting towards tech, and you have the skill. You have the skill set. So they welcome you to their institution. So just go ahead and start applying. Apply to as many schools as possible. Apply to all the schools you have in mind. If your SAT score is out, you just go ahead and start applying. Share your score. Put a good essay. And I wish you all the best. I wish you all the very best, Muhammad. You can do it. You can do it. From now, we say you should start learning data analytics. You can just go ahead and start learning data analytics while you're still waiting for admission and while you're waiting for your score to be out in 2 weeks' time. Go ahead with learning data analytics and improving on machine learning as well. So I think that's all from my side today. Thank you all for joining the class. If you find this lesson inspiring, if you find it helpful, make sure you leave a like. Yeah. Thank you, Mohammed, for joining the class. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sure, no problem, no problem. 11 hours from now, God willing, I'm going to be I'm going to be on another live stream again on this channel. So, if you don't mind, you can join again 11 hours from now. And if you have groups where they are preparing for XAT, make sure you share this link to them. You're going to be saving somebody. You're going to be saving someone that's preparing for the SAT. So thank you once again for joining the class. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comment. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We'll continue in 11 hours from now, God willing. Have a wonderful day and God bless you. Bye-bye.